Today I want to cover this transfer portal feature that honestly might make the portal overpowered. So a few days ago, we dropped a video talking about things y'all did not know about Dynasty. In that video, we talked about a method where you could add more guys to your recruiting class. You go past 35. Well, in this, it's an additional method to just make the transfer portal even crazier. If y'all enjoyed this content, like, comment, subscribe, ebook, membership, first link down in the description. Also check out the Twitch and let's hop in. Alright, so I have a Dynasty here with Miami and I have a save file. So I've been spending probably the last 30-45 minutes going back and forth on this save file, doing a lot of testing. I think I'm finally ready to present some stuff to you guys. So when you hit National Signing Day, the off season, there's a way to add additional players to your draft class without doing any work at all. And it kind of makes sense. I kind of get why this feature is in the game, but a lot of you guys might not have even known about it. So if we look at our, class, it's nothing. We don't have one guy committed and we are at, National Signing Day and we have 0 commits across the board. And the reason I done this to show you that we will, the CPU will just fill up our roster without us doing anything at all. So let's go ahead and sim. We'll go all the way to the encouraged transfer phase here. And this will allow us to see how many players we have on roster. 53 is what we're looking at. We have 53 players on roster at the current moment, man. So not great, definitely not great. But it's a way for the CPU to kind of autofill your roster. Well, they don't autofill your roster with just complete random guys. They actually have like a little bit of a strategy is what I have determined. And then also they will fill your roster up to 85, man. So for example, we only have 2 quarterbacks here. They will sometimes give us an additional quarterback. And sometimes the additional quarterback will be better than our 2 guys right here. That just is the case. Sometimes he'll be better. Sometimes it gives a guy named Drew. He comes in as a 70 overall. But sometimes it gives a better quarterback. Running back. You see, we have 2 good running backs here, man. We're not going to touch that. I want to come over here to the offensive line. And I want to cut all of the good offensive linemen. And the reason I'm doing this is just to show you guys what it could look like for a bad program, man. Like your best player, and you're a 1-star, your best player at the end of year 1 is a 73 overall at left tackle, the CPU could literally give you a better overall player. So let's go ahead, cut all of the good offensive linemen, cut the 84 overall, 77. So it'll put us at 1 lineman. We have no right tackle at all. So we literally have 4 linemen on roster, and the highest overall is a 75 overall at left guard and right guard, and we don't even have a right tackle. I just want to show y'all if we just go ahead and sim that they'll end up giving us, if we just sim to the next season, they'll give us offensive linemen. So I went back on the save file because I forgot to change the 1 setting. So the only difference here is some guys progressed a little bit better. So 76 overall, 76. So we just have a few guys on the O-line that's a little bit of a higher overall. We still only have 2 quarterbacks on roster, 48 players total on our team. So we need to come over here to the league settings. And what we're going to want to do is we want to turn auto recruiting on. And that's all you have to do. Turn auto recruiting on at this point of the season and just sim to the next season. And then they're going to auto fill our roster with additional players as we only had 48 players on roster. So they're going to fill up our roster for us. And now if we come over here to look at our depth chart, and like I said, sometimes they'll give us a better quarterback. Sometimes they'll give you good players in the portal. Here they gave us Drew once again, who comes as a 70 overall. Not anything crazy, not anything spectacular, but he is a transfer portal quarterback. They don't just give you high school guys. They give you some guys in the portal that didn't find a home, that didn't find anywhere to play football. They will just appear on your roster here, man. So we look at the O-line. Let's see what they gave us. So they gave us, it looks like 2 O-linemen, 2 left tackles, 1 to 76 and 1 to 75. Melvin, I believe he plays on Temple right now, if I'm not wrong. I know Temple roster a little bit because that's my team. And no, Wake Forest, I'm totally wrong. But they gave us a Wake Forest transfer. He comes over. Right guard, they gave us some younger guys that's not very good. But they did give us some guys. Let's see, center, would they give us some lower overall players? Right guard, they gave us some lower overall players, some seniors. And right tackle, they gave us a starting right tackle. He's not great. 79 overall is not great, but for a smaller program, that could be a starter. 100% that could be a starter. And a guy you're getting pretty much for free, and you look at his attributes, he's pretty good. Like, his pass blocking is actually pretty good across the board. But you're getting this player, like I said, for free. And sometimes they'll actually give you a very, very good player. So another way to kind of use this information, when you do sign a bigger class, you know, because you could use it for when you sign a small class. Well, let's say you're over. You have too many players on roster. We go to Ohio State. They signed a 32-person class, and this leaves them with 29 total players. So they obviously have to make some cuts. You know, well, what you could do is, you know, especially if you're maybe not a great team and you still might have a lot of normal or impact development players and you're looking just to make all-star development guys, you could just cut all your normal guys. But you could cut literally every single normal player on your roster. You cut every single one if you wanted to, and then just have the CPU fill the rest of your roster. And even if they fill it with guys that's not great, you're still getting free guys, and you're cutting guys that, you know, was not going to be good on your team anyway, that was probably going to get cut regardless. And now you're just giving the opportunity for the CPU to sign an absolute gem. Sometimes they'll sign a guy, like I said, that's literally better than your starter or just as good as your starter, and it just creates more competition. So here we're going to cut, let's say, 5 guys, and let's try to find another normal development guy. Yep, normal development, he's a punter. We can't cut him. Normal development, will linebacker, you know, we could cut him. And that'll leave 5 open roster spots. So we have 85 players on roster. If we go ahead and make sure we put all the recruiting on for Ryan Day, and then all we do is just advance to the following year, and we'll see what happens. Now you come back over here to the roster, they have signed a few additional guys. They have. So, like I said, you're just giving yourself more opportunities, especially if you have guys that you know is never going to make the roster, never going to be a starter for you. Just cut them, put all the recruiting on, and let the CPU give you a chance to sign a stud. So I want to show you another go around, and this one is exaggerated a lot. We have 27 players on roster. I cut all of our best players because I just want to see what the CPU is going to do. Are they going to give us some studs? You know, it's obviously a lot of 4-star players that end up committing nowhere in this game in the portal. Will they put them on our roster? Will they? Same with freshmen. It's a lot of good freshmen, 4 stars, 5-star freshmen. Every single class, 4-star freshmen at least, they commit nowhere. You'll see a 5-star is a little bit more rare, but will they put one of them on our roster? And we'll be able to find out here. So we have 2 quarterbacks, 76 overall. We cut all of our good running backs, 76 overall is the best. We could not cut any receivers, but we do have 6 receivers here, so keep that in mind. Wouldn't let us cut any of them. Tight end, 76 overall. You kind of see the whole entire roster is bad. O-line, highest overall, 75. We do have this one left end who we could not cut because he was the only one in the room. He's at 87 overall. D-tackle, 75, 76. Bad defensive end. Linebackers also bad, 80. Middle linebacker, 80. Overall corner is your highest. Safeties, 74, 77. And also, we don't have a kicker. Not recruiting a kicker, low-key, is a good strategy because they usually just give you a pretty good kicker. So you want to come over here and make sure we're putting that auto recruiting on, because if you do this method, you don't put the auto recruiting on, you're cooked. You're absolutely cooked, man. You're not going to have anyone on roster, and it's going to be nothing you could do at that point. So you got to make sure you put the auto recruiting on, or you're going to have 27 guys on your roster. So now if we come over here, we could see what they're going to give us, man. They're probably going to give us Drew again at quarterback. But we're 76 overall, and this time they give us 2 quarterbacks. They give us Drew and AJ. Okay. Running backs, they give us a couple running backs, 75 and 71 overall running back. Receivers, they gave us a couple receivers because we had 6, and now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they actually gave us a star development receiver. These are stats he put up last year. He was at Oklahoma State. And he transfers over with a star development trait. He is a senior, but we didn't even need receiver, and they gave us an 81 overall. That's pretty good in my book. That's pretty good. They give us a star. Okay, now we talking. They give us a very, very good tight end, and he's actually in my Purdue series, I believe. Maybe he's not. He's in one of my series. Let's see what team he transferred from. But they give us an 84 overall tight end, and you kind of see from Ohio State, you kind of see that you could get some very, very good players from just doing this method. They also give us a 78 overall, and maybe it's a little bit cheesy. It's up to you. They give us a couple different old linemen here. Also, I just want to make sure I'm checking development traits on these guys. So a couple impact, normal development linemen. Same thing with the guards. Nothing crazy there. The centers, also nothing crazy. Give us some backups. Same thing with the right guards. Right tackle, they love to give us Thomas right here, the 79 overall. He's probably just the best available at the right tackle position in the portal. As far as, they gave me a couple defensive linemen, backups, but some solid depth. Right end, not anything special there. They gave us D-tackle, gave us some numbers, but also nothing crazy out this world. They gave me some bad Sam linebackers. They're freshmen. They look like they're 1-stars they gave me. Middle linebackers also gave me some bad players. They gave me a solid right outside linebacker, 81 overall, Brian. He's a transfer, comes in as a senior. They gave me that guy for free. They gave me a corner also, Ricks. Des Ricks is a transfer that they gave me for free. Comes in 81 overall, and he's now the best player in the room. And yeah, and then also you get 3 solid kickers. Like I said, the kicker method is very, very good because now we get a power kicker. He's a 3-star and 87 kick power. You know, very, very good method for the kickers, man. I like to do this every single time. I just don't see a point to recruit kicker. You can, but you also could just not recruit them and then just get them pretty easily, and they come in pretty darn good. Like this one has phenomenal skill caps, and we got them for free. They even gave us a backup punter. So we have a punter for next year who also looks to be very, very good. So like I said, I like this method a lot. I like the method a lot. If and you could use it in a cheesy way, or you can use it in a non-cheesy way just to fill your roster. Honestly, I feel like this should be information that is just out there that the game tells you, like, hey, put all the recruiting on if you don't have a full roster. You know, because with my Purdue rebuild, we had 73 guys on the roster, and that's after signing a 34-person class. And then we signed 34 people in the class with, you know, actually us recruiting, bringing in transfers, all of that. And we still had like 73 players on roster. So I might have done this method just to fill our roster and make sure we have enough guys. So in this situation, they didn't give us great freshmen. I would have loved for us to get some better freshmen, just some higher overall freshmen, even some 4-stars. They mostly gave us 3-star freshmen that are not very good, but every single time it's a little bit different. But quick video for you guys. I just want to make sure y'all know this information because I feel like it's pretty important for any dynasty and just something to have in your back pocket when you're doing your dynasty, man. So if y'all enjoyed this content, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all boys. We're on to the next one.